is just fantastic. Welcome everyone to the exhibition of stupid people. This one's going to be targeted on one person, but much like the last video I did on this person, it's going to be an unscripted monologue, because I want to be able to articulate what I think about a situation that has made someone look remarkably dumb. As you saw from the thumbnail, the person in question is Eugenia Cooney. I am not going to be addressing anything pertaining to her weight, her eating habits, because they are not what has caught my attention. And by that I mean someone else's attention and then put on my desk because I don't notice half the things I should notice on YouTube, and it's about time I started commenting on things that happen on YouTube. If you are at all interested in a somewhat measured response to the ongoing controversy in 2019 when it came to the subject of Eugenia Cooney's weight and the alarming videos with her very, very red legs, the video is linked down below. It's called Content Deputy. I was attempting to be cute. It did not work. Eugenia Cooney is a massive YouTube channel, for those who don't know. She has in the past done cosplays, tutorials for makeup, outfits she has bought, and the odd vlog and or collaboration. A bit of a variety channel, but a very insulated variety channel, in the sense where there aren't many people around her that aren't her mother, which had a lot of people concerned for her because of what happened last year. Thankfully she got help, and that was discussed at great length in a video by Shane Dawson and many others, where she was then very open and discussing not only her mental health, physical health, but also criticism she got, because she had often ignored that. I couldn't tell whether it was naivety on her part or arrogance, but I'm inclined to believe the former, which is where we come to with the present. Rapzilla made some fantastic videos exposing some issues on her Discord server. Those issues would include grooming, manipulation, bullying, and it caused a bit of a storm. From my own personal experience, it is very hard at my very small level compared to her very, very large level to control the server I have. So with the assistance of mods that I personally vetted, the server was remolded, reshaped, rules introduced, and punishments for those who break those rules. Shameless plug-in band, if you'd like to join my server, it is a Patreon, YouTube member and or Twitch subscriber server. Give me your money. I'm kidding, but it is a Patreon server. With great power comes great arrogance. With great power comes great, in this case of Eugenia, naivety or ignorance. The arrogance was for I'm Alex. The ignorance is for Eugenia. Apparently there are many faces to differing types of stupid. Eugenia had been told about certain people, moderators especially, who were taking advantage of positions on her server, and they failed. She failed. She did not act upon it and instead ignored and or fobbed it off. To show a counter to this with my server, when something goes wrong, my mods are under explicit instruction to tell me, and they must make it public to all other mods within a very much secret area called the bridge. Simply put, it is about being transparent with others that are in positions of power, but also ensuring that I am fully aware of everything that happens. So when something has to be done, I'm the one that pulls the trigger. The buck stops after all at me, so I must make sure rules are consistently obeyed, because it is not a democracy. My Discord server is a totalitarian theocracy. Everyone worships Moist Thulu. The faith is Moistianity. The currency is the Moistonian rupee and Bitcoin. And we operate under a very much obvious caste system. Everyone knows their place, but at the same time, everyone knows it's a community. That's the crux of this. Within Eugenia's, there were very differing communities, various types of people who had differing attitudes to handling how best to tackle a problem. One of your mods pushed for things that should never be pushed for, and when approached about it, you fobbed it off, which I've said twice now. It was so stupid it has to be said twice. You, Eugenia, have a very young audience, a very impressionable audience, an audience that will come into your Discord server or to your Twitch stream chats at 13, 14, 15 years old because they want to talk to you. And instead, when realizing they are in an environment that is very, to them, toxic, and understandably so, they raise the concerns with your mods and have their comments deleted, they get banned from your server, or your same mods will also just fob them off. The whole fobbing off thing is an odd occurrence that keeps on repeating itself within your behavior and the behavior of your mods, who are also a tad trigger happy when it comes to calling out something that you are not dealing with. People are protecting you, and I can fully respect they want to be sure you are safe, because you've been through a lot, and there are beliefs right now there is a relapse taking place. We're not going to address that. There was the accusation that with a relapse, if it is in fact happening, it affects one's ability to think. Because of that, they become blinded towards other pressing concerns within their community. Granted, your health should come first, but it is also your responsibility to ensure that things that you are in charge of run properly, and it is safe for those who are there. And for you, that would be for young people wanting to talk, converse, seek out support from others. If a situation has arisen and it arises because of your server, you, Eugenia Cooney, much like myself, have a responsibility to step in and stop it. If someone is being harassed, if someone is being bullied, if someone is being stalked, the last one happened, didn't it? Then you're meant to step in, not simply say, you will be missed. We'll keep a seat warm for you, maybe? Swag. No. And by deal with it, I mean, you put that stalker somewhere. You make sure that person is blocked. You help the person who is being harassed. I mentioned you have a responsibility. You really do. If it happens on my server, I promise you, I step in, because I won't tolerate it. I've been accused of having a toxic community recently. My server would beg to differ, but that's only because they're all sycophants, except for Crispo. Oh, an additional disclaimer. If I found out one of my moderators was taking advantage of their position and using it on others to cause harm, I promise you this, they'd never leave the ISO cubes. And the ISO cubes is an area of my server where you go when you continually break the rules. They'd stay there indefinitely because accountability is important. If you are not involved in your community, then you don't have a community. You just have a Discord server for the sake of having a server. You just have fans that go somewhere where you are not. And when they need someone, the top dog, ideally the manager, let's go with that, to deal with the issue, and the moderators themselves have been proven to be taking advantage of their position or bullying those that have sought out their help, then you have failed. You have failed to support your community, those that have shown you nothing but love and kindness over the many years through your struggles. I should also point out that some of the responses Eugenia gave when addressing this eventually on her Twitch streams came across as very much Susan Wojcicki discussing issues with YouTube, somebody who was out of touch with her own community, trying to give generic responses with very little substance. Oh, but this person can deal with it for me. No, you deal with it. Because the problem went for months in some cases before people got banned. And there is plenty of proof of that within videos made by Repzilla, Inform Overload, Timimi, and Ainaba. Over the course of this month, this carried on, and eventually there was a conclusion to all of this, because it took many, many videos calling her out for this, for Eugenia to realize she's just not ready to run a Discord server, or take responsibility for what happens when people within her community are being harassed, bullied, groomed, etc. She shut down her Discord server. That, right there, That's taking responsibility. Exterminatus, the ultimate sanction. A way of making sure that she doesn't deal with any of the issues that happened, because chances are some of those people who were on that server also had other social media platforms linked to their profiles, so people can just keep on harassing them. Not saying it is your job now to deal with it, because you've ensured that you now have nothing to do with it. Might I suggest in the future you do something a bit more intelligent with the vast number of subscribers you have on YouTube and the over 100,000 followers you have on Twitch? If you're going to have a communal space for your supporters, vet the bloody mods. Please. It doesn't take that long. There are some fantastic videos that go into more detail on this subject. I just wanted to hold someone to the mark for something I felt was poorly handled, and shamelessly promote my Patreon so you could all join my server. We would love you there, as our loyal servants. As with all things we cover, I'd love to know what you all think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. I will be replying to as many as I can, I promise. So I hope you all have a fantastic Wednesday. Regular exhibition of stupid people tomorrow, by the way. And thank you all for listening.